Is it filming? It is. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa Isabel. If you are new here, at the end of this video, if my spirit sits well with yours, don't forget to subscribe. And if you are already part of the group, hi friend, welcome back. Let's do some house cleaning really fast. Subscribe and comment. You already know it helps the channel. Besides that, just chill and let's get started. You have seen the footage. You have seen a little bit of our special day. Your girl is married, but there's a lot that had happened before we said, I do. So let's rewind and go back to March 2025. March 6th, we got engaged. I didn't know. Oh, my lighting. Did it change a lot? We got this. It's okay. March 6th, 2025, we got engaged. I didn't know about the engagement, so it was a complete surprise. We can speak about it later on if you wish, but we're talking about the wedding. I'm Portuguese. My dear husband is German. We do not live in any of our countries of birth, which meant there was some bureaucracy happening. After we got engaged, a lot of family planning talk, a lot of financial talk, necessary, right? But one thing we knew for certain, we wanted to have a civil wedding first. And if you are online, you know that a lot of Africans have a civil wedding and then a traditional/religious wedding. So I wanted to do our civil wedding first, get it out of the way, because marriage is all nice and all, guys, but the real marriage, the one that counts, is the one with the state, okay? The one with the government, where you sign your name and say, me, him. The countries we live in are in the middle of all the shenanigans and financial responsibilities of this union, okay? The religious part is great. My relationship with the religion is a little bit shaky at the moment, but, you know, like they say, there are Catholics that go to Mass twice a year and they are still considered Catholic. And this is where I at the moment. I grew up going to church 3 times a week, every Sunday, and did all the work and whatnot. So, in order for us to get married, we needed some paperwork in Portugal and some paperwork in Germany. My husband took care of most of the paperwork in Germany, or all the paperwork that was necessary for the German government. I tried to take care of the paperwork regarding Portugal. I don't give myself enough credit because I said I'd try, but I actually did it. It's just, I have a really small fuse. I do not have patience for the waiting and the all bureaucracy and the little dance you have to do with the government and the entities that take care of our paperwork. So we had to go to Portugal, not once, twice. And we do not live in Portugal. Thank God the flights are fast and there are plenty. So in May, I went to Portugal. I was there fighting for my life and didn't know I was pregnant already. So between going to something called Registro Civil, which is like the civil store or the civil department that takes care of your passports, IDs, weddings, change of names, this type of entity. Between going there, having to meet my friends, being with my family, cutting my hair. Did I cut my hair in May? No, it was August. So there was a lot of festivities happening in that time. I've been to weddings. One of my high school friends, real dear friend, birthday. So trying to manage all of this between naps, because I was sleeping nonstop. My husband was just getting a lot of pictures from my godmother. They're like, oh, she's sleeping and whatnot. Nobody, nothing of it. We just like, oh, she's enjoying the sun and fell asleep. I was constantly napping. First trip did not work. We had to hire a solicitor to help us with the paperwork. And the paperwork was, I needed a proof that I was never married, birth certificates, and whatnot. That didn't work. We came back August. I returned to Portugal. And this time we were a bit more lucky, but I went with just one-way ticket there because we didn't know how long it would take until I got the flight and all the paperwork to come back. But it took us a week, no, 10 days, I think. I was there. I was just like, okay, let me do things. I met my friends again, did all the obligations while you are in your country. I cut my hair really short. It doesn't look like it, but I guess pregnancy hormones help with that. Thank God it's not all negative. We got the paperwork. We came back. Matt was able to do all the German bureaucracy, writing letters. He was really amazing with that because I do not have the subtleties that are necessary to handle such business. I can do it, but I'm so happy I don't have to do it. So this was August. Keep in mind, we got married we got engaged in March, and I was just full of confidence that we will be able to do everything this year. I'm glad we did it, but it was a bit of a stretch. In August, we're still confident. We went to create our wedding bands. Thank God, Matt found a great jeweler for my jewelry, for the engagement ring. So then we used them, and I had already a vision of more or less what I wanted. Both of us liked the idea. We chose the that will go inside the ring, and I have mine in Portuguese and Matt has his in German, so we can find each other in every lifetime. And I kind of went through the idea of the Lord of the Rings, that's more or less because I wanted something.
What's that to do with the ring?
Because they also have inside the ring like the whole phrase. So the inscriptions says, one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, and one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. So that was with this sentiment, but a little bit less threatening. We thought about this quote, and I think it suits us. The rings, we started doing them, I think, mid-August. We went for consultation, one just to explain our vision, to see if they were able to actually design the type of ring we wanted. The people were excellent. So good. They were really patient, and they always try to work with you with the technology they have and also your idea. We were able to have the design that we wanted. They made it, I think, a little bit better than we initially thought. And we had to go twice, one for the vision and the second one just for sizing and measurements. And we had the ring done end of September? No? Oh, mid-October. Our wedding was on the 21st. Oh yeah, it was a few days before we took the train. But they guarantee, they were like, we are certain that the ring will be done. And they did it. Do you want to tell them about the shenanigans with the customs and whatnot? No, it was too much. Let's not talk about it. After the ring, we had to find a dress for me and a suit for Matt. I think Matt fell in love with online shopping because he went a bit crazy. He ordered his suits online. And the good thing about being slim and fit and having a normal height or being tall but not freakishly tall is that you can find most of your suits online without a lot of trouble. And he was able to find 5? How many suits did you buy? Between the ones that were here and the ones that were delivered between you and your parents? 4 suits. Then he was done. He didn't want something black and dark or dark blue because he had already a suit like that for work, so it wouldn't make sense. And I think the suit we went with was just perfect. He was mint green and pink, the combination. I think he looked really sharp, really, really smart, really pretty. My dress, well, you might not believe this because who would forget her wedding ring, her wedding dress? Me. But I'm pregnant, so I think a lot of the fun should be taken, a lot of the guilt should be taken off me, because it's just it's baby brain, you know? So I wanted a specific dress, and I saw myself getting married with that simple, elegant dress you're seeing here. And it needed to be washed, right? So I took it to dry cleaning, and it was supposed to be done from Tuesday to Wednesday. At Wednesday, I would pick it up, and then Thursday, we would take the train to his parents' house where we would marry. So the problem is that the store had really weird opening hours. On Wednesdays, they were supposed to close at 12. It was 4 p.m. Matt was like, oh, when are you going to pick up your dress? And I was like, I can go now. I look at the time, and all the color just vanished from my body, and I realized that it was too late. The store was closed. We couldn't go pick up my wedding dress, and we had to find an alternative. Good thing is, I love to shop. So I did buy 3 dresses where I could pick, but I had already that other dress in mind, and I fell in love with it. So I picked up my second best. Matt was just like, oh, maybe we can cancel the trip. Maybe we can go on Friday or Saturday, because the wedding will be on Tuesday. We had some time, but nobody wants to travel in the German trains on the weekend. Nobody. I'm telling you that. So I was trying to be the bigger person and trying to calm down, but it was a really tricky situation. I'm glad I handled it so well. So we chose the second best dress, the one you've seen already. I think I looked good. I looked fine. I already knew I would have my natural hair. I already knew I wouldn't wear a lot of makeup. I would just wear my everyday makeup. I didn't want anything extra crazy, because I wanted to look like myself on my wedding day, and it wouldn't make sense for me to have makeup and hair, straighten my hair, all these things. It wouldn't make sense. I wanted to look like myself on our wedding day. Thankfully, I bought the dress, and I had it already delivered in September, right? Thankfully, I was gaining weight and my belly was growing, but by the time of our wedding, I think it was like the last possible day I could have worn any of the dresses, or else it would have been too tight. It was a bit tight, but we survived. My dress had pockets, and although I felt, because of course I was always small, and my clothes weren't fit for pregnant belly, but still I think we spent a wonderful day. On the day of the wedding, some members of my family still didn't believe that I actually forgot the initial dress. They always thought that I was just joking. And I'm like, why would I joke about this? This is a serious matter. And then they actually saw me with the second best dress, and they're like, oh, I cannot believe you forgot your dress. They always, in Portuguese, we have a saying that is, we say that someone that is really aloof and forgets things has a cabeça de alho xoxo, is like a cabeça of garlic that doesn't have substance. That's the translation. It's stupid. Portuguese people have a lot of crazy sayings, but well, it was true. It was a moment of weakness of my end. And my godmother was so surprised that she keeps saying, you believe so much in your husband that you didn't even double check. I was like, no, I double checked. I put the event on the calendar to go pick up the dress and everything, but I didn't create an alarm. So it was on the calendar, but it didn't ring. So, well, I was reading my book the whole day, chilling, thinking everything is done. My luggage is prepared. My shoes are polished. I'm ready. My skin has no blemish. I'm going to look like the prettiest bride I can look. And, well, I had to find a new dress, but it's fine. You know, stay ready so you need to be ready, right? I already got 3 dresses, so I was safe. The day of the wedding, I think everything went well. We just had to have a translator because I'm not German and I do not speak the language. And I think even if I spoke the language, it would have had to be a specific level in order for me to be autonomously marry without a translator. So we needed a Portuguese translator, which we got. She was wonderful. She was really nice. We were not expecting a ceremony, the whole thing to be long. We just thought it would be like, okay, so sign this paper, you chose this law, these are your new names, hurrah, right? But no, they did it really pretty. The wedding officiant was having a revelation during our wedding process, which was quite funny to witness. Oh, look at these two people, so different, and they find love. I think at the end, he believed in interracial love and marriage. We might have changed the life. You never know. But so the process of the wedding was, first, of course, we had to go with the translator, me and Matt, to speak with the officiant, sign the paperwork, choose the laws, choose the names and whatnot. And then I think it was like half an hour, 1 hour later, our families arrived. We went to a room. They did a whole speech about interracial marriages and cultures and the mix of cultures. And the man would speak in German, and then the translator will translate to Portuguese, which was actually excellent because both our families are not so... They do not speak English in a level that they would understand the whole process. So having the ceremony done in both languages helped the moment. And I think like that, everybody was on the same place. And after we said I do, we signed the paperwork, we changed our names, we followed the Portuguese way of changing names. And that's something that was really important for us because we wanted both of us to have both our last names. And in Portugal, you can do that. In Germany, until May, you couldn't do it. But then the laws changed, and from May, you could do it. So we were fixed that, okay, we will marry in Germany, and then we will have the religious wedding in Portugal. So we changed for both our last names. Both of us changed our names. All the paperwork signed. We decided to have the reception in this hotel that belongs to one of Matt's childhood friends, and it was so nice, so pretty. We ate typical German food, but made like so nicely. I think people had fun. It was really chill, and it was really the day that I wanted. I never dreamed about a wedding, so I knew I didn't want a gigantic wedding and a celebration that had a lot of structured events and whatnot. I knew I wanted something chill, especially because I felt huge, even though now looking back, now I'm a mammoth. And I used to say I was a mammoth. I was a baby seal back then. Now I'm gigantic. But yeah, so it was a really nice day. We had with some friends from my family. For my part, my family came, and some of my friends also came from my friends that lived in Germany and my friends that lived in Lithuania. We didn't want to invite a lot of people because it was a Tuesday afterwards, right? We knew people had obligations, and we also were certain that we would have a second wedding where everybody could just actually celebrate and party and be outrageously happy. This one was more like a chill lunchtime thing. So we got together. It was really nice to be with everybody. And then 2 days later, we returned, paperwork, changing IDs, changing documents, and this is marriage life. All the paperwork is done, all the obligations are over. Now we need to plan the religious wedding, which we gotta wait because baby girl needs to be born first. And then we will see how it goes from there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for staying until the end. If you have any questions, and if you are embarking on your wedding season, I wish you all the luck. Have fun. Do not stress yourself. A lot of things will go wrong. Like when we were waiting for the ceremony to actually start, Matt's family was able to bring, they went to the florist and they brought my bouquet and you know the thing, the brochure that you put on the man's lapel. Matt's needle broke. I had to take my earrings and use my earring to pin it. So a lot of things will go wrong. Just go with a punch. Do not get yourself stressed, because at the end of the day, the goal is for you to marry the love of your life and follow the life that you have planned together. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. All my love always. Ciao.